Hello, everyone. Has been a few weeks since I have been on, and I have been doing a lot of thinking this week. And I don't know about you guys, but with introspection comes a lot of truths that are humbling, that are very enlightening and empowering. And I'm not exactly sure how to proceed, but I'm just going to go with it. So I don't know if about you, but I was glued to my social media all weekend, and I was heartsick. And I also was watching a lot of podcasts, lots of opinions, lots of things going on that people all have something to say about. And one in particular that I recall, she mentioned about what are you going to do about it, right? And as a coach, I can appreciate that, because we can talk all day long about mindset and things like that. But if you're not taking action, then you're really not doing anything. It's just invisible work in your brain. So, and myself included, I have been thinking a lot about this, but ultimately I was like, what are we going to do about it? You know, I have always been an advocate for equality in whether it be your gender, your race, your religion, your sexuality. It's something that's been very near and dear to my heart since I was very young. And so in some ways, hi David. So in some ways, I think I had convinced myself that racism was separate from me only because I was not practicing it. And a very, very impassioned and eloquent, video I watched said, that's not enough. And I get it. It's not enough. And so it's really easy right now for us to get all worked up and see, oh my gosh, it's inequality. We watch the videos, we get outraged, we send light and love and prayers, and it's not enough. It's not enough. So I'm here to ask you, what are you going to do about it, right? What are we going to do? What can we do? In the next week or so, I'm going to add resources for you guys and get things out there for you, books to read, ways you can help in the community, places you can donate, that type of thing. Those are all well and good. And I feel like those are going to be really, really hot items in the next couple of weeks while things are still very top of mind. Here's the thing I know about people and human nature, and it's the way our brain's wired. They wrote books about it. And there's this thing, we all have biases, and there's this bias in our brain called the availability bias. And if you want to read more about that, you can read Daniel Kahneman's Thinking Fast and Slow, and it's like getting a master's course in your brain and how it works. But availability bias is this idea, if it's in front of us, it's top of mind. If it's in front of us, we think it's important. If we are seeing it a lot, our brain is telling us that needs our attention. So, hi Lisa. So what happens when the media attention dies down? What happens when we are no longer seeing videos of men being beaten in the street and their airways cut off and people shot? And what happens when the media goes to a different story? So this is what I want to talk about today, because the thing that I know is it's really, really easy to get impassioned and outraged and throw money at stuff right now. And I'm going to read this book and I'm going to have a book club about it, in which I don't really even understand that. I think we should have open dialogue with communities and people of color. So, hey Lisa. But here's the thing I know about human nature. Unless it's connected to who you are, your purpose, your skills, your talents, you're going to lose interest. So I'm not saying you're not going to want to fight racism. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is if you can find a way to tie what you're outraged about, how you want to make a difference, who you want to help, with the thing that makes you feel purposeful anyway, then you're going to be able to create sustainable change for yourself and your community. So I want you guys to really dig deep and say, okay, what do you love doing? What is important to you? If you're a coach and you love coaching Little League, then maybe what you do is you put your efforts in helping people of color or any organization that really highlights kids in sports. If you are really passionate about helping women, then that's where you go to make a difference. So that's kind of what I wanted to get on here today is make an intentional effort to do something that you can keep in your life for the long haul, and whatever that looks like. For me, I love empowering, engaging, and making people feel confident, and also helping them understand things about themselves that keep them stuck. So for me, it would probably look like volunteering my time and services to people who want more, people who are realizing that they may be even stuck themselves in a kind of a cycle of everyone owes me, or I'm not enough, right? Hey, Ethan. So I want to encourage everyone here who's very impassioned and who wants to help and who wants to combat racism or any inequality. Pick something that's dear to your heart. Don't just throw, don't throw scattershot at it. Pick something that's meaningful to you. If it's feeding the hungry, then do that. If it's a particular neighborhood, then go there. But when you're connecting it to your heart, that's when you're going to be able to create sustainable change. And that might be your church. It could be your community. But here's the thing I know about human beings. If you want to create constant and consistent change, you have to tap in to what's important to you. The garbage man is coming by. It's so loud. So those are the things I know. So please continue to read, continue to educate yourself, continue to donate. But much like, when we have a hurricane or anything, people throw money at it and it's really, really important. And then 2 weeks later, the people who created these organizations have all this money, they have no help, right? There's nobody helping pass out food. There's nobody volunteering their time. So if you really want to know what you can do, tap into what's important to you as well. And it also will help you connect on an even deeper level with the community you're trying to help, because they will automatically see the authenticity of your yearning to service. So that's what I have to say. I am going to be posting some links to books, some donation sites, some ways you can help in your community, things you can find out about your community. Maybe there's programs that aren't even in place, diversity of inclusion programs that aren't even in place, whether it be in the city council or the police department or whatever, because it's pervasive. It's not just the police. It's everywhere we allow it to happen. And I know that everybody wants to do something, but I'm encouraging people to actually do it and find something that ties in with their purpose. And I don't know. That's all I had to say today. Because when you do that, that's when the real change happens, right? That's when the real change happens, because it's connected to you, you're connected to them, and everything expands from there. All right, so that's my Facebook Live, and I am hoping that you guys can find something that really speaks to your heart in a way that you can continue to do it from here on out. I will see you next time. Thanks.